In this video, I'm going to explain the client view project settings. These settings can be set globally for a default, as they can also be set on an individual project basis. I will show you at the end of the video how to set it on an individual project basis. So to get to this screen, you'll click on, from the main view of configuration, you'll click on default project settings, and that will take you here. The general settings here are that this one enables clients to see all project status on this project. So if you have this turned on, then any status comment you put in will automatically the client will be able to see them. If you have this setting off, you can still allow them to see project status comments, but you have to check a box on the comment that says allow the client to see it. So if you have this off, then you can decide, hey, I want this client to see a particular comment, but not the other comments. This is the same exact setting except for all other items like tasks and issues. So if you have this checked on, the client will see all the comments. If you have it checked off, then they will only see comments that you flag specifically for them. This setting allows a client to see the project description on the overview screen. If that's off, they won't see the project description. Down below here, you can turn on and off the different variations of tasks they'll see. Now, bear in mind that if you assign a client tasks, they'll see the ones that you assign to them. There's also a flag that allows you to, on the advanced tab of a task, on the full task edit form, where you can selectively allow a client to see a specific task. They will see those ones if you assign them a task or you flag tasks for the client to view. But if you don't do those things, but you want them to see a list of milestones, you can do it that way, or you can show them a list of the top level summary tasks so that they can see the overview, then this is the option for you. And if you want them to see completed tasks, you can do this as well. So these are some options for task settings. We will probably be adding more options here for task settings. Probably you only want to choose the milestones or the top level summaries is most common option. Below here, you'll be able to choose whether they can see issues or files. If you turn them off, they can't see any issues on your project. If you turn them on, then they can see issues. If you have this flag turned on, they can see all the issues. If you have this flag turned off, then you have to specifically check the box near the save button on the issue form that will allow them to see the issue. Same thing with risks. If you turn the risks on, they can see them. Turn them off, they can't see any risks. But if you do have them on, then there's an option here to say they can see all risks. Or if this is in the off position, they can only see risks that you specifically flag for them. Bear in mind, if you have this turned in the on position, you won't see the flag on the forms. If you have this in the off position and you are sharing client information, then you will see the flag next to the save button on the issue form. Same thing on the risks form. If you have the all turned on, you won't see the checkbox. The final setting is for files. You want them to see files or not. Check this box for all files or not. Same thing as the other two. There's a checkbox on the files that lets you share the file or not. But we also have one additional setting on files. If you have this in the off position where you have to share it, then you can have an optional flag that will default this to on for a new file. So if you upload a new file, it'll automatically check the box. If you have it set like this, you upload a new file, the share with client box is not checked. So this allows you to say, hey, I want all new files to be shared with them, but I can go in there later and say not this one or not that one. So this file setting has one additional setting that makes it more convenient for you to share most of the files and then still be able to retract it. Now, to get to the screen on an individual project, I'm going to go to my project here. I'm going to the Global X project, going to the edit project options. If you are going to override the default settings for whether or not what the settings are for what we're sharing with clients, you can check this box and then go to the client view settings, and then you will see the same exact form I just shared with you, but this is specific to this project. If you want to use the default, just uncheck the box and then your project will inherit from the default. And here on the form is where you decide whether or not the client can see the project information or not, and whether you allow assignments or not. So these two checkboxes you can check on an individual project basis, and over here is where you will add clients to your resource sheet. So they must also be on the resource sheet in order for them to see the project data.